Lovely evening today. So, today we're going to talk mostly about stress and well-being. Now, why is it so important to talk about stress? I do believe that one of the most important things that I discovered throughout my life and throughout my journey is that you need to discover how you work, right? Because once you know how you work, how your body and mind works, then you can do so much more things, right? But before we talk about stress, let's talk about what your body does when it's relaxed, when it's in balance. Because then we will fully understand why stress is actually sometimes bad for us, right? We all hear that stress is bad for you, right? By the way, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, I have one question for you. Did anybody experience stress so far? Oh, nobody experienced stress? Okay. So I guess the rest of the people, like, I don't know, they either never experienced stress or they're from another planet. Okay, so good, nice. So let's talk about what your body does when it's relaxed. So when you are relaxed, when you are at peace, your body will do a few things. It will work on digesting your food, absorbing your food, and making you grow. So a lot of your energy is being consumed on your body growing and repairing. Another thing that your body does is it cleans itself, it detoxifies itself, the entire process while you are relaxed. So basically, when you are relaxed, your body does what a normal person does when he has free time, right? Clean the house, do the dishes, do the laundry, so it just maintenance. Just to make sure that your body is in balance, is working properly, and everything is working smoothly. So this is what your body does on a normal basis, right? Cleaning, repairing, and growth. Pretty simple, right? Good. Now, when you experience stress, we need to understand that stress is not bad. Stress is simply a survival mechanism. It's another mode where you can enter for you to either run from a danger or fight something dangerous, right? It's there to help you survive. Now, let's give an example. Let's imagine that the tiger would enter the room right now. If that would happen, everyone would go into stress, right? Panic mode instantly. Let's see what happens when your body goes into stress. First of all, your hormones will trigger the stress response. So the hormones will put your body in that state of stress. And basically what happens is all the energy that you are using for cleaning, for maintenance, for growth is going into your muscles and into the parts of the brain that will help you to be strong, fast, and to know what is happening in your environment. So another simple way to understand how this works is stress simply mobilizes or moves the energy from one part of the body, from one function of the body to another part of the body, right? Another analogy for this is imagine you have a country that is at peace, has economic growth, industry, everything is going fantastic. Then a war starts, and then they need to mobilize all the people, all the energy, all the resources to fight the danger, right? And when it's in that stage, you're unable to repair, to grow, and to do this type of maintenance. Now, if you're in this state for a short period of time, you're fine. But if you're in a longer period of time, imagine you are in this type of state where you're not repairing, you're not healing, you're not cleaning yourself. For a longer period of time, then slowly things break down. Right? Organs, tissues, so on and so forth. And then what happens? Disease. Now, there are a few things I want to explain of what stress actually does to you. So let's imagine that the tiger, again, comes in the room. The first thing that would happen is your digestion stops. All the blood goes in the muscles. So you have strength, you have speed to jump out the window or to fight the tiger. If somebody can fight the tiger, that would be awesome. Next thing that happens is all the energy that is being used for your immune system, for your protection, is being transferred again to the muscles. So your immune system goes down, right? Another thing that happens is your blood starts to become thicker, like gelatin. Why is this happening? Because if the tiger bites you or attacks you, you will bleed slower. Again, survival. And mentally what happens is your entire focus will be on your body, on the space around you, and on time. Why is this happening? Because you need to know precisely how much time and space there is between me and that tiger. Right? To know what do I do? Jump, hide, something. Now, imagine that your body is in this type of state all day long. That's probably not good, right? Good. Now, another thing that people don't know about stress is you can get used to it. And what do I mean by this? If you experience stress on a daily basis, you can be stressed and you will not even know why. You get addicted to those stress hormones. The stress becomes so natural to you that that's the only thing you know. I had people that I was training in meditation. I put them in a very, very relaxed state, and when they came back, they were like, I was stressed and I didn't even know why. So the more you're stressed, it can create like addiction to those type of hormones. Another thing that stress does to you, to put it shortly, it makes you stupid. Why is that happening? When we use our brains, we have different parts, right? We have the newest one, we think, we process, here we have our personality. We have another part of our brain, which is emotional. And then we have the lower part, which is reaction. When you're super stressed, you're no longer thinking, you are reacting. One question. Did anybody study days, months for a test? That before the test you were so stressed that you forgot everything? Yeah? Do you know why that happens? It's because when you're in stress, you are not able to use these parts of your brain. Because you were in such a danger that you needed to use your reactions. And this is what stress does to you. The more relaxed you are, the more mind you have, the more of brain you can use. So that's why when you're doing something, try to be as relaxed as possible. Almost fall asleep. That will be amazing. Okay. Now, I want to talk, since we are at the women's wellness, let's talk a little bit about what happens to men and women when they experience too much stress. And I want to talk about the sexual functions. So men and women respond very differently it comes to stress. For men, a little bit of stress actually helps with the function. Too much stress doesn't work anymore. For women, if you have too much stress in your body, you will be unable to have an orgasm. Because you cannot be in that state of danger, in that state of protection, for you to relax enough for that situation to happen. So that's why being or learning to relax and distress is so important, not only for studying, not only for well-being, but also other parts of life. Just a second to check what else we have on the list. Another thing that happens when you are in stress is you are unable to listen to your intuition. Has anybody heard of intuition before? Yes. When you're in stress, your entire focus is on the outside and not in here. So when you're stressed, you will not be able to listen to that little voice that will guide you. Another important thing that we'll discuss a bit later on. Good. Now, let's see, how do we get out of stress? What are the methods to get out of stress? So here we have a chart, and here on the blue part, it shows how the heart beats when it's relaxed. Right? We see a very beautiful rhythmic beat, like a song, like a music. What we have on top is frustration, anxiety, worry, irritation, or stress. That's how your body works when you are under stress. It's scattered, it's chaotic, and nothing works. Because when you're in stress, you're in a state of chaos. Another thing, we have multiple ways that we get stress from. So we can have chemical stress from pollution, from, cigarettes, alcohol, a weekend, when we go drinking. We may have emotional stress, stress from certain situations, and we can have physical stress, like somebody's running after you, or you need to do some very big physical work. All of these activities can create stress. Now, why are so many people suffering from stress? It's because we moved from physical stress. Back when we were like in caveman, we had a lot of physical stress. We moved from physical stress to emotional stress. And now, the tiger is no longer outside. The tiger is here. Because we have situations, persons, or jobs that put us into stress just by thinking about them. For example, when you need to go to work and you don't like it, immediately you go into stress. You need to talk with a person that you don't like, immediately you go into stress. So, a big part of managing stress is actually managing your thoughts. Because again, the lion is no longer outside. The lion is here, and that will create a constant stress in your life. Good. Are there any questions?
The basic question is, the emotion like fear and stress, is it the same level, or we have the fear, and because the fear, we have stress?
Yes, so because of the fear, you have stress. Because if there will be no fear, there will be no response to that fear, right? Because when you have fear, you believe that you're in danger, either real danger or perceived danger. And when you think you're in danger, then your body needs to protect itself by going into stress, by giving you power and energy to face the problem, right?
Stress
And one of my favorite things is, let's talk about meditation. I have around 11 years of practice in this field of meditation. I practiced myself meditation for 11 years. And I have found that meditation is one of the most simplest, fastest, and cheapest tools that you can use to distress yourself. Why is that? Because most of the stress that we experience on a day-to-day basis comes from the near future, from what would have happened or what can happen, right? We're always thinking like, what if this, something bad happens? What if I lose this? What if I lose that? And we are creating stress just through our imagination. We are not in stress. We're not in danger at the moment. But we are thinking of a situation that could be stressful, and by simply imagining it, you are creating stress in the body. Why is that? Because we are so evolved, our brains are so good, so performant, that our brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. We can do now a very, very simple experiment. Very simple trick. I want everyone to close their eyes for 1 minute or less. Okay, and now imagine that you are eating a lemon, that you are biting into it. Okay, I already see reactions. Okay, so imagine that you're biting into that lemon. Good. Now, what you can come back. Now, what happened is I saw some reactions. Your mouth already started salivating, right? Now, did you eat a real lemon? No. It was all in your imagination. So this is how powerful your imagination is to affect your body. If you can control your imagination, you can control your body. And meditation can help you with this. Now, what is meditation? We have all heard that, like, oh, meditation is so hard, so difficult. No, it's not. Because meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. It's impossible to do so. It's like stopping your heart. Please don't try it, okay? So, it's impossible to stop your mind, stop your thoughts. So then what is meditation? Meditation is simply a way to get into a state of balance by following some simple instructions, simple steps that will take you to that state of balance. Another way to say it is meditation is simply getting out of the way. Because once you get out of the way, the body will automatically go back to normal, go back to balance. But we need to relax and get out of the way. And we're going to experience this in a few moments, the steps how to get into meditation. What you're seeing behind me is the brain of a normal person. Usually a normal amount of stress. As you can see here, there are some activities, the green ones, and only some parts of the brain are active. Because another thing that happens when you're stressed, your brain starts to work separately, like different compartments. They're not communicating with each other. But once you start meditating, what happens after 25 minutes? You see, your entire brain starts to communicate, starts to resonate. It's like all the compartments, they talk to each other and they're dancing in one rhythm, like a perfect dance. This is what we call balance. This is where your brain is in balance, it's in the present moment, you're safe, you're okay, and you're back into repair, maintenance, and cleaning. Another way to manage stress is being mindful. Mindfulness is different from meditation. Because mindfulness means being here and now. Right? You're not in the past, you're not in the future. You are here. The more you train this, the more relaxed you will be. Because if you're here, there is no danger, right? So most of the time, you'll be relaxed. But once you go into the mind and see a scenario, a dangerous scenario, then you will go immediately into stress. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention was that stress makes you a pessimist. Why is that? Because when you're in danger, you think of the worst possible scenario, right? Why is that? Because imagine you're in nature, you're taking a walk, and you hear some noise in the bushes. If you're an optimist, it's like, oh, it's a rabbit, it's fine, no worries. But what if it's a tiger? If it's a tiger, you're dead. So it's better to be a pessimist and survive. So you hear the noise, you're like, oh, maybe it's a tiger, let's avoid it. Better chances of success and of survival. And this is what stress does. You know, it helps us in our situation, but if you're constantly in it, it will not help you. So it's important for you to know when you're stressed and how to get out of it, using one or multiple techniques. Another way of distressing is doing nothing, doing something creative, stretching, super important, because your muscles get tensed. When you're stressed, what do you do? And that tension will last for hours and hours. So you need to stretch a lot, yoga. And one of the easiest is breathing. Deep breaths, deep slow breaths will take your body out of stress. By breathing deeply, you are signaling nerves in your stomach that you are safe. Because when you're safe, you're breathing deeply and slow. It's natural. When you are stressed, what do you do? Right? So breathing here. Here is your breath. So if you want to get out of stress, you need to breathe deeply and slowly. Any questions so far? Not now. Okay. Okay, so I guess we can go to the last part. Thank you. We're going to go into a little bit of philosophy in this part. Paulina loves it. So, the word universe. Has anybody heard of it? No? Universe, like the big stuff that we're living in? Okay, good. So, the word universe actually means universe, one song, right? And this one song looks like this. When you are at peace, you are relaxed, you are dancing on the rhythm of the universe, of the one song. When you are stressed, you are out of rhythm with the universe, with the one song. And why is this happening? There is this saying, nature never hurries, yet everything is done. Have you heard about this? No. Nature never hurries, yet everything is done. This implies that there is a natural rhythm to everything. There is a natural rhythm to life, to a tree. There is a natural rhythm to your life. However, most of us don't know this. And that's why we're experiencing so much stress. And another major belief that is causing the most stress in everyone's life, are you ready for it? The belief that life is a race. If you believe that life is a race, then what is the goal? To get to the end of it as fast as possible, right? This is the belief. And you need to hurry, and go. Life is not a race. Life is just a beautiful dance of the universe. And you may choose to go with the rhythm of the universe, or you may choose no. The power is in your hands. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.